Hey there, it's Sean from Calidus, the Vice President of Strategy and Biz Dev, and today we're going to go over compared contracts. So what exactly is the use case for this? It's pretty simple. The idea is that, let's just say I'm Sean, I have my own corporation, or I'm a lawyer, doesn't matter, and I'm negotiating against opposing counsel. Sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where, unfortunately, we can't start on our own template for an NDA, an MSA, a licensing agreement, or anything else. But instead, we have to actually start on opposing counsel's agreement. Now, part of the process here is that, unfortunately, you now have to go back and forth between their template and then understanding what's in yours, your gold standard, your internal reference document. And that back and forth is what creates a lot of friction. We've come up with a solution, compared contracts, that helps to avoid that. So how does it work? Well, the first things first is that you're going to say on step one, what kind of a deal this is. We give you a few options in the drop-down menu, but you can choose whatever you want. Secondly, we're going to give you, under step two, the various parties. So counterparty contract means opposing counsel's contract. You're going to put in the name on both sides, and you're going to also mention what the relationship is. So here I have Acme Corporation, they're the buyer, and then on the right-hand side we have Calidus, and we're the vendor. Now notice that we say working contract is counterparty's agreement, and the reference contract is the gold standard. Now if you scroll down, you'll have an option to say select industry. There's a reason why we do this. The reason is mainly because each industry has certain market terms that are different from others. So what's commonplace in SaaS might not necessarily be commonplace in oil and gas. And our tool is able to extract market terms for each industry depending on what kind of a deal or paper it is. Now if I scroll down here, we have sort of a dual option scenario. Number one is you'll identify the unique focus areas. So here I put in, we want to focus on the limitation of liability, severability, etc. And number two, under requirements, we're going to tell it what's our absolute deal breakers, like what needs to be in here or what absolutely should not be in here, right? The cool thing is you can always just do this one time and you can upload a playbook. And so anytime you have an NDA, anytime you have an MSA, you can just say upload my playbook's terms. And that'll be great. And then lastly, you'll have the ability to set, or use the slider to set the favorability. Should I favor Calidus? Should I favor Acme Corporation? Let's just say I put Calidus for right now. And then I'm going to hit submit and proceed. Now our tool is going to go, and it's going to go ahead and analyze both documents. Left-hand side is the reference document, right-hand side is our gold standard. Now once Calidus does that, we're going to get a visual cue that shows us how similar the documents are, how different they are, and what needs to be done. And here we go. So these bars over here tell you how far apart these documents are, both in terms of neutrality and substance. On the left-hand side, this is where things are now. As you go and you make edits to the document, when you scroll down, the bars on the right-hand side will change. You'll be able to see how far apart these documents are. You'll see we also give you bullet points of the most critical differences in the documents. And then we also highlight over here the focus areas and the requirements that you put in. We also have a panel that tells you in green which provisions are present, and if they're in gray, they're not present. And if you scroll down, this is the opposing counsel's document, which we're working in. This is the one on the right-hand side. That's our gold standard document. And you can go ahead and type a bunch of stuff in here, as you can see, but so you can make edits in real time. You also have these cards on the left-hand side. So let's just say I click on one of these cards. You'll see it's going to highlight that particular provision on both sides. And you'll notice that it says on the left-hand side proprietary information. On the right-hand side it says confidential information. That's because we focus on the substance, not just the title or the heading. And we'll give you a list of issues to consider. But you hit the three dots, and then from there you can do a number of things. You can rewrite this. You can make this simpler, align it substantively, right, to the document over here on the right-hand side, so our gold standard document. So all of a sudden, with a click of a button, you've just redlined the entire thing very easily. you have the ability to say, hey, explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Or how does this term differ from what's usually written? What are the deviations from market, and a number of other things. And then lastly, we also give you the market terms for that particular provision in this particular industry, how far off each party is from market, and how you can get there. Now, once that's done, you'll see our tool has been able to generate a pretty great provision of our gold standard document that is supposed to, or it's going to help our present document align with our gold standard document. Perfect. Now that you see this, you can see that we have a new provision entirely. We want to accept it. We can view the red line over here. Great, and now these are aligned. I go over here, I export, clean, red line, give it a doc name, doc or PDF. And that's the compare contracts in a nutshell. It's very useful, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.